This is a Headgum podcast.
Oh, me. I mean, this is bullshit.
These are jokes.
I think, here's what I say.
Okay.
After this, we take 2 of the thickest books each, and we go out back and beat the out of Burns with
That's fine, yes. It's like, Whiskey, what are you doing? This is crazy. This is crazy, right? And we're like, what? We didn't know we had a miniature horse.
Yeah.
No one told us there was a horse
No
on
idea.
the property.
them. Was it called Pussy when you were 17?
No.
No.
Really
Wasn't like Gine or...
Maybe, C-U-N-T or something.
Oh, wow. Well, okay.
So many segments. Thank the Lord above. Thank the Lord above. But let's start again. Next we have Arnold Schwarzenegger family tree. 1-star sex toy reviewee. Feed big salesman, Subway letters. Gareth trains to fight a live gorilla. Yeah. Don't drop the omelet. What's that smell? Car stuck in a field or Andrew Garfield. Bathtub confessions. Fight your own dad. There's so many segments. Next we have.
And welcome to Next We Have NWH. I'm Gareth Reynolds. All right. I don't know. Thought that'd go better. All right. So we, you know how we're doing it. We got 3 great segments today. Some shows will have 4 segments, but this is going to be a threefer. We've got a great opening, in this, Brooks Wheelan, who is a hilarious comedian. And boy, he's one of those guys who's not only funny, but he's lived some real weird stuff. And, he's kind of got the Hunter S. Thompson thing where he can talk about his own insane stories in a way that it's almost like he didn't do it, which is quite a skill. So he's got that going for him. So Brooks Wheelan joins us for a segment that we're calling Brooks's Books. Then we have another installment of our Allegedly Arnold, stories about Arnold Schwarzenegger. 2 of my buddies that I've known forever, Dan Levy and Steve Basilone, join us, and they have some amazing stuff, truly. So we have that. And then lastly, we're continuing the confession train. Again, since we're waiting on more great confession stories, you can email producerburns@GarethReynolds.com if you have a confession. But we thought I'll just confess something to my mother. And that, as usual, is when I talk to my mother, it's about so much more than we planned on. So that's the episode. But we're going to start because next we have some segment ideas about books with Brooks. Enjoy. Brooks Wheelan, thank you for being here.
No, I'm excited. I'm excited about whatever this is.
I kind of thought, I don't think either of us knows what this is, but here's what I've been told.
Okay.
I've been told that you're interested in reading more books.
I'm very interested in reading more books, and I don't read anymore. Because are you just like everyone? You're just on your phone endlessly seeing things that don't improve your brain, and that's
now
exactly
we're just rotting ourselves.
I've been holding like the Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, just holding it for about a month and a half now.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
People probably shortchange that, but it's not easy to hold a book.
I'm just walking around with it.
That's a bit, you carry it around with you, like thinking you'll read it. I have a book in my backpack every time I fly, and I'm like, eh.
That's exactly what it was. I flew to Alabama and back. I didn't even think about opening the book I had.
Are you allowed to take books into Alabama still?
Actually,
They searched your bag and took it.
I'm gonna be totally honest. This is not a bit. I remember packing. This is not a joke. I'm not fucking joking.
Did you check a bag?
I packed my Lord of the Rings 2 Towers.
Uh-huh.
Couldn't find it when I was there. I did look for it to read during the day. And it's gone now.
Did you check a bag?
No.
Okay, so you just think in Alabama maybe
what you just said isn't a fucking...
The school board came in and probably saw that.
Yeah, they took it at the border.
Or it could have been Al-Qaeda with a Saddam connection.
Yeah.
They hate Twin Towers.
That's true.
So it could have been that. So now you don't even have that book.
I don't even have that book.
So the book you've been carrying around for a month
is gone.
You
and
no
I
longer
lost
have
it somewhere on the way to Alabama. So it might have been taken before I got into Alabama.
Okay.
Could have been TSA was like, he's going to Alabama. Take that fucking book.
What is he going to do with this?
Book and notebook. I never lose my notebook.
Too.
They were together.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So when you went to do stand-up, you had no notes pre-prepared?
I was using Post-it notes that they had at the club.
Tough. That's tough. How did you walk? Did you walk out with them in your hand?
No, what I did is I wrote it on a piece of paper, and then I only pulled that out 30 minutes into the set.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Your Post-it paper.
Yeah, it was like a note card.
Okay.
So it wasn't that crazy.
Sometimes I definitely have really meticulous notes on stage, and then other times I look down. I'm like, why do I keep looking at these 4 words? I know the 4 words I have written on here.
Yeah. Do you ever? You definitely do this, where you write down a premise and you tell yourself, "We'll figure it out on stage."
It's basically my process is no process.
Exactly. I forget what I did recently, and I was just. It's this story sucks, but I literally was told the premise, and I go, I really thought I'd figure this out, and I don't have it.
I just had this joke. So I drive to most of my shows, and I just saw this billboard that was this guy. I don't know. It was the most uplifting billboard I'd ever seen, and it was just basically the blind guy climbed Everest, and I was like, God damn. And then as I was driving further, I was like, that, it's kind of hacky, but I was like, but how does he know?
Right.
And then so I had that jotted down, and that was this weekend. I was like, I'll figure it out there.
Yep.
And then I'm halfway through it, and I'm like, this is pretty mean. And everyone was like, Jesus Christ, man. And I was like, no, but it's and then I literally go, I have a blind friend. And then I was like, oh man. And then I kept trying it. I was not taking the note.
It's also not a good enough joke to dig a hole for.
No, it's not worth it.
No, it's not.
Juice ain't worth the squeeze.
It's not worth it.
We're calling this segment either Brooks's Books.
Sure, which I'm not crazy
Could be the
about.
Brooks Report.
Brooks's book.
Brooks's Books is better.
Brooks's book.
Brooks's Book Report?
Sure.
Brooks's Books?
I
There's
don't know.
something there. We really need to love the title, because I think the title is sort of the bridge into why we're doing this.
Brooks Club.
Brooks Club's good.
Okay.
Okay, great. All right.
And I'm the only member.
Oprah's Brooks Club.
Oprah's Brooks Club.
Okay. So, so I have a big thing of books here.
Okay.
And the goal here is going to be for you to read a book a month.
Yeah.
Now, even your is...
No, I know.
It doesn't feel confident.
Well, I know. I have to do it, though. It's exciting.
Are you excited?
No. I just need to.
This is taking you back to homework.
It's full homework. This is the worst podcast idea I've ever had.
Well, and I think in a way,
but I want to curate it so it's books that I do want to read. Though.
Okay. All right. Well, we got a big fucking batch here.
Okay.
So let's go through some, and we'll see. Well, first is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen.
No.
Okay, you don't even want to... Okay.
You can talk about it if you want.
Well, I'm probably not going to be the best guy to make pitches on these, because all I would know is, I wouldn't either.
Yeah, I don't know. That seems like a lot.
It seems like a lot, even though it's not that long.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what else we got here.
Henry Miller.
Henry Miller, Sexus.
Dude,
The Rosy Crucifixion.
This isn't going to work.
We're 2 books in. We're 2 books into Oprah's Brooks Club.
Do you have two towers in there?
No. We thought you had that.
I lost in Alabama.
I know, but we didn't think we would need to provide a second copy of the book that you just had. We figured you would have read it if you wanted it.
Oh, boy.
So, Henry Miller. I almost thought Arthur. I'm so stupid. I thought this was Arthur Miller.
He wrote Tropic of Cancer. I know that, which is a book of his that I have that I've never fucking read.
Okay. How many books in your place do you have that you've never read?
100.
Yeah, I have a lot.
Yeah.
You
They're
get ambitious.
they're cool.
They're like little guilt trips put on a shelf in front of you to make you feel stupid.
Yeah, they're
Good news is we got a bookmark.
Okay.
Or a Brooks mark.
A Brooks mark,
Okay,
yeah.
so we've got that. So that's one down. Okay, here we go. We have Herbie Hancock Possibilities.
That's interesting to me.
Interesting to hear that that's interesting to you.
That's going to be fun. I'm going to learn about Herbie Hancock.
Yeah, okay. Now, do you want me to read the back a little bit?
Yeah, please.
Okay. In Herbie Hancock Possibilities, the legendary jazz musician and composer reflects on an extraordinary life and a thriving career that has spanned 7 decades. That's crazy.
Yeah.
A true innovator who spent a lifetime exploring a range of musical genres and enriching each of them, Hancock has an enormous influence on acoustic and electric jazz, R&B, funk, and hip-hop.
This isn't going to work.
Wait, we can't even make it through the whole back.
Because I'm realizing that this is just going to be referencing nothing but people I don't know.
But maybe he'll teach you that.
He's going to be like, I was with Frank Stallone. I know who
Frankie
Stallone
Teeth.
is. Yeah.
From his beginnings as a child prodigy to you're out.
I'm out.
Okay.
I didn't know Herbie Hancock was a jazz musician.
What did you think he was?
For some reason, I thought that he was the dude who sang I was thinking that was Huey Lewis in the News. That's who I thought that was. I really thought that was the Back to the Future guy.
You thought Herbie Hancock was Huey Lewis.
And the News.
You did see that it is a black man on the cover.
I don't know what Huey Lewis looks like.
Okay, he's as white as they get. He's the guy who said rock and rolls and still breathing. Okay.
Interested.
Cormac McCarthy, Blood Meridian.
Very interested.
Or, by the way, I think he's given it 2 titles. The Evening Redness in the West.
I will. That is a definite. I would like to read that book.
Okay, let me tell you what Harold Bloom from the New York Observer said.
Okay.
Blood Meridian, ellipses, seems to me clearly the major aesthetic achievement of any living American writer. And they take it easy on the back here. Based on historical events that took place on the Texas-Mexico border in the 1850s, Blood Meridian is an epic novel that traces the fortunes of the Kid, a 14-year-old Tennessean who stumbles into a nightmarish world in which the market for Indian scalps is thriving.
So here's what I like about this.
Okay.
That sounds interesting, right?
Okay.
Like 1850 Spanish-American War shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool to me.
Yeah.
And B, that's like a famous cool guy author.
Yep.
That I've seen a lot of smart people reading.
And there's something to be said for how it's a relevant story today as well. Now, can I tell you how many pages? Is that going to influence you?
It won't influence me, but I'm interested.
349.
That's pretty good.
These.
I can read.
Nobody has called that into question.
Okay, all right.
So I believe you can read. All right, so we're going to put this in the maybe.
That's good.
All right, we'll go to the maybe.
I feel like I'll be a smarter person after I read that.
I agree. All right.
Too thick.
Yeah, I agree. All right, we won't even bother. Let's throw that on the ground. We won't even say what it was.
The Naked and the Dead.
The Naked and the Dead.
Too thick.
Ugh, this one's thick too. This one's Gravity's Rainbow.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what that is.
I don't either. It's got those weird ridgy pages. It's 760 pages.
Yeah, probably not. Probably skip Gravity's Rainbow.
Probably not. I'm just seeing if there's any pictures. No pictures. No, there's some pictures.
One of my favorite Adam Sandler jokes is he goes, just finished the book, 150 pages. That's a lot of coloring.
he really went far. That guy really went far. It's impressive. It is impressive. Okay, yeah, I think that's crazy. Do you want to hear the back at all or no?
I definitely want to hear what Gravity's Rainbow is about.
There's just one quote on the back. The most profound and accomplished American novel since the end of World War II.
Nope.
It's about a guy who knows where bombs are going to drop by his erections.
What?
He gets erections and he knows where there's going to be bombs that drop in the war. It's supposed to be one of the most difficult books to read in the English language.
Yeah.
Let me look at like a paragraph in this. Then.
All right. Why don't you read a paragraph?
All right, hold on. Got a boner.
Over there, I said.
Counting at least on a pulled arm muscle and hernia, Slothrop manages to tip and heave the warhead off onto the track while Marvy's bullets go wanging and crashing all over the tunnel. It bounces and comes to a rest, tilted against one of the rails. Good. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like no, right?
Yeah, that's a big old no.
That's big. All right, so we're no on that. Okay, Brave New World, Aldous Huxley.
See, interested.
I agree. And this is clearly taken from Burns beat up a high school student to take it. Brave New World, a fantasy of the future that sheds a blazing critical light on the present, considered to be Aldous Huxley's most enduring masterpiece. And then a bunch of good quotes. Yeah, I mean, you're thinking maybe?
I'm a maybe. I mean, it's going to be tough to beat
some
Blood
of it's
Meridian.
highlighted. Is
okay.
that,
well, that's good. That just tells me the only parts I need to read.
I was going to say, really, kind of someone cliff noted it for you a little bit here. Should we put it in the maybe pile?
Definitely maybe.
Now, there is one line I just saw that was highlighted with a question mark, which is interesting. So that might enhance the reading experience a little for you.
Did you ever have this thing called Book It, where you got free pizza if you read books?
Yep. Never. I always wanted to do it for the pizza.
Right.
Were you ever a big reader?
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah, before my phone broke me.
Because, but when you go on because you go on long camping trips, or you really have
I love reading on those trips.
And you do go read on those trips.
Yes, because I don't have my
nothing
phone.
else
But I don't have my phone.
Yeah.
And there's no TV. It's awesome. Yeah.
And you do feel, when you come back, do you feel like you've kind of stored up all this new intelligence?
I just did 18 days down the Grand Canyon, and I really felt like I figured my life out because I spent 18 days without service, just reading, thinking, writing. And then when I popped out, turns out the rest of the world hadn't also done that.
Right.
And they were still just like...
How quickly did you feel like you dipped right back into your...
2-3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to do ayahuasca, and that's a similar experience a lot of times where you come out and you just go... There's stuff that sticks with you for sure.
Right.
But one of them is like, I need to stay away from this device a lot more.
Yeah.
And then 2 weeks later, I'll be like, ugh,
It was sad.
I'm a piece of shit.
There was 9 of us on this trip, and it took an hour for us to get service when we were driving out of the Grand Canyon, and just slowly you saw everyone just their phone would buzz, and we were like, well, they're gone.
Right on Twitter.
Yeah.
A Confederacy of Dunces.
Tried to read it many times.
Didn't stick.
He's the dumbest guy ever. He's an unlikable idiot.
Yeah.
He's an what's his name? It's got a fun name.
His name?
Ignatius J. Riley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just a stupid jerk who's a slob. So I've tried to read it.
So that's a pass.
It's a pass only because I've given it a shot.
Because he's a stupid jerk who's a slob.
It's I don't like him, it's I'm not interested.
What if
in the
I
character.
told you the Washington Post called it a corker, an epic comedy, a rumbling, roaring avalanche of a book?
Well, if the Washington Post said it.
Yeah. Democracy Dies in Darkness.
One
of the funniest books ever written. It will make you laugh out loud till your belly aches and your eyes water.
That's not true. I'm sure the Jerky Boys wrote something.
If you take this to Alabama, it will vanish. Brooks Wheelan.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
I do like that there's a statue of that guy in the French Quarter, though.
Is there really?
Yeah.
That's funny. Moby Dick.
Nope.
No, hold on, Brooks. A classic.
Mm-mm.
No way.
Never.
Why is that?
It's famously boring.
Call me Ishmael.
Famously the most
opening?
boring book. You guys, I thought that we would do fun books. I could go read.
What did you think? There would just be Mad magazines in here?
Yeah, highlights. But no, I mean, there are books I want to read out there.
Well, it looks like we got 2.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And then we still have 45 left.
Okay, good.
Okay, here we go. White Noise.
No.
Okay. This is a pamphlet.
Oh!
How to Spot a Fascist.
That's good.
Umberto Eco. Now this is
That's
one is fucking 50 pages.
That's a maybe.
And it's pretty big font.
That's a maybe.
Okay.
That doesn't count, though.
So you would not count this?
I would not count that.
So
That's
you
not
would-
what I do want to become a better person. And
it seems like we've offered you a simple book, and after you're saying that you thought it would be simple books, and we offered you one, and you didn't love it.
Well, like Blood Meridian, Brave New World.
Yeah.
These are books. These are reasonable.
All right.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm not against all of them.
Okay, I'm guessing Ulysses is a no. It's a
Ooh,
James
wait.
Joyce.
No, I mean, I'm not.
It's thick.
Yeah, I'm not going to read that.
680.
I'm not going to read that.
No?
It's too thick.
It is thick.
I can't even read fucking Lord of the Rings right now.
Well, because someone stole it from you in
That's true, I
Alabama.
forgot.
That's not your fault.
All right, thanks.
Oh, fuck me. This one is... Ugh.
That's a joke.
This is a joke. The Brothers Karamazov
Yeah, no.
by Dostoevsky.
Mm-mm. No.
I mean, this is... On the cover is a guy holding a skull. So that feels bad. The murder of a brutal landowner, Fyodor Karamazov, changes lives and the sons irrevocably. Mityaia the
I'm not even
sensualist-
listening.
I don't know what I'm reading. I'm glad you stopped me there.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me. I mean, this is bullshit.
These are jokes.
I think, here's what I say.
Okay.
After this, we take 2 of the thickest books each and we go out back and beat the shit out of Burns with them.
That's fine. Yes.
We'll just beat him mercilessly.
What is this?
War and Peace, Tolstoy.
Holy hell.
I mean, this is a 1,500-page book.
What was this a once-a-month project?
Yeah, honestly, I think that's offensive.
Yeah.
It cost $2. That says a lot about America.
That had to cost more than $2 to make.
Yeah, I agree. There's more than $2 worth of paper in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a pass.
Okay.
Faulkner, As I Lay Dying.
See,
William
interested.
Faulkner. Okay.
Interested. See, here's what I like about this one. That looks like a fucking book.
This
is
the right length. I agree. It's not a big book,
Mm-mm.
and it's 250, but it's small book page.
I don't know.
Font is good.
I've never read Faulkner. And I don't know anything about him. So.
Well, about the author, William Faulkner, one of the greatest writers of the 20th century, was born in New Albany, Mississippi, blah, blah, blah. He published his first book, The Marble Fawn, a collection of poems, don't love that, in 1924, but is a literary chronicle of the Deep South, particularly in the financial Yakanapatapaka County. The setting for several of his novels, this is the most highly regarded in such novels as Sanctuary, The Hamlet, The Town, The Mansion. Jesus, he's got a thing. He explored the full range of post-Civil War Southern life, focusing both on personal histories of his characters and on the moral uncertainties of an increasingly dissolute society. His other novels include The Sound and the Fury, As I Lay Dying, Light in August, Absalom, The Unvanquished, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, William Faulkner died in Mississippi on July 6, 1960.
September 11th, 2001. What if that's how you found
the Twin Towers?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. Oh, my God. William Faulkner died in 9/11. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, it looks, what do you think?
It looks, can I see it for a second?
Yeah, because let's just talk page count of the other
ones. Let me do a
here.
chapter here. Okay. I mean, this is fun. All right. It begins to rain. The first harsh, sparse, swift drops rush through the leaves and across the ground in a long sigh, as though. Now, maybe I can't read.
Well,
warm as a fire. It's how often do you read out loud anymore? Is what I'm realizing.
No, it's strange. It's a different skill.
This is definitely a maybe.
Okay, all right. So we got 4 in the maybe pile. We've got 31 next. The Sound and the Fury, another Faulkner, but a bigger Faulkner.
But that's like the most famous one, I think.
Yes.
I don't know if I'm super interested in Faulkner.
Well, why don't we start with the smaller Faulkner, and if you like him, we can come back to that one. This one has a swastika on the cover, which I know Burns loves. The Plot Against America, Philip Roth.
I mean, do I want to carry that around?
Do you want to carry? And by the way, I should point out that in here on the front cover is a heart that says Hitler plus Burns.
No. That's
what is
not
that all
there.
about?
No.
Why do you like that?
You lie. You're making that up.
You lie. Yeah, everyone who who's like me lies. What do you think? I agree. I think it's.
I don't need a Nazi book.
Yeah, you could keep this under your mattress, Burns, where it was before this. Okay, Matterhorn, a novel of the Vietnam War. See, that would interest me. What doesn't interest me is
how big it is.
It's 608.
Yeah, no, that's too big.
It's too big.
I'm interested in the Vietnam War.
You know what it is? This is kind of like being able to watch you swipe on a dating app.
Yeah.
Like I kind of know what your likes are now. Mm-hmm. You don't like the big girls.
I'm not into Nazis.
You're not into Nazis. Yeah. You want something petite, a little
Southern.
simple, Southern, charming, kind of a classic.
Can't be gross.
Yeah,
like
can't be.
Confederacy of Dunces.
Okay, this one is the. Oh, is it Catcher in the Rye? Oh yeah, Catcher in the Rye. It's all. It's
my least favorite book of all time.
Really?
Yeah, I fucking hate that little.
See, I read it when this is the. I remember reading this as a kid and really identifying in this one.
I didn't identify at all. He's like a snobby little rich kid. Yeah, he's a snobby little rich kid.
And now you're attacking me, Brooks.
I was just like, he had everything I wanted. Like he
just calls everyone a phony.
He lived in New York City. He's getting prostitutes. He's like 15. I'm like reading this. I'm 15. I live in the woods in Iowa. I'm like, what is he sad about? His life sounds incredible. Boarding school, hookers. I wish I had any of these means.
Yeah, that's a good point. It is like I would be like if big were an R. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's a pass.
It's a pass, but
that's okay. That's fine.
I'm just annoyed with Holden Caulfield.
Now this I actually did just order myself. This will be the next book I read.
Oh,
George Orwell, 1984.
See,
Now let's talk. Now, small print, 323.
I've tried to read it not too long ago. I do know that. I love Animal Farm. That's like my favorite short story of all time. But I did recently give 1984 a real honest shot, and it didn't work out for me. So
this is a no. You've dated this one.
I've dated that book before, yes. So and it's a good book, and it means well. We're just not a great match.
Okay. All right, that's fine. That's fine. And by the way, I'm already seeing it a little bit, so it doesn't need you right now.
But also, that's true. That's true.
So yeah.
These are the things I like, though. This is Catcher in the Rye makes sense. 1984. Yeah. See, we got
So we got a big pile, a lot of bullshit, but there are some hits here.
There are hits, and I'm only saying.
And by the way, we burn the ones we don't read after the show.
Yeah.
After we beat Burns with the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
I'm surprised you didn't throw the Bible in there to fuck with.
Yeah, you really should have.
I thought about it.
What a prick. Okay, so our 4 finalists.
Yep.
We've got William Faulkner, As I Lay Dying.
Which sounds good. And I like that length the most.
And I like the cover.
Yep.
It's got a...
It looks like Goosebumps.
got a... looks like adult Goosebumps. But I would
What's in the coffin?
I would do a callback joke to a segment we cut out earlier.
That's true.
But I won't. How to Spot a Fascist.
See, and that's just fun.
Brave New World. And Blood Meridian, Cormac McCarthy. Now, I'm going to guess which one you're going to pick.
I think we all know which one I want.
Well, you're allowed to rose any of these.
But
I think you want this one.
I want that one bad.
You want this one bad?
I would get that in a bookstore.
All right. So we're going with Cormac McCarthy, Blood Meridian. And I think, okay, so this is, I want to hold you accountable, but I don't want you to feel extra pressure.
No.
So here's the handoff. So I think what we should do is, why don't we, the next time we are in studio, which will probably be around a month or so, why don't we have you come back?
Right.
And don't tell me if you've read it or not. And maybe what we'll do is we'll discuss it a little bit. And maybe we can evaluate how well you read it, if you read it.
Yep.
And but I think for you, here's your bookmark, by the way.
I will give this an honest shot.
Okay.
And my girlfriend, she told me the other day her like favorite author is Cormac McCarthy, and she's like, you got to read him. So I think she's going to be excited that this is my new.
So does that add extra pressure if you don't do it?
We'll do it. I'll put myself in a little prison and knock this out.
Okay.
Yeah. I get things done.
I don't doubt that, but it's also it's you know it's a meaty book. So
I do still want to finish before I start this, which is I do want to finish the Two Towers and Return of the King.
But now okay.
Now I have another book to read.
No, hold on. Let me just jump in because I think. So there's 2 huge books you want to read before that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we just went.
I'm halfway through Two Towers.
But you don't even own it anymore. You don't have the book.
I don't have it anymore.
Are you? What's the ETA on getting a new one?
I was gonna maybe go over to Skylight Book after this and get it.
Maybe.
I was thinking about it.
Okay. So why don't we do this? We'll.
I'll read this first.
No. You could. Why don't you could come back in and we can discuss Two Towers. But
well,
it's just.
I love Two Towers.
But that's
not the game.
I knew the game. The game was you were going to read that, but you're telling me you've got 2 of the longest books after you just nixed these other 2 Bibles.
Well, that's Lord of the Rings. Good stuff.
Okay, so
I will read this first.
Okay, all right, deal. You have a deal.
I will read this first.
Okay.
And then it shouldn't be so impossible for an adult man to read a book in a month.
I agree.
And so this is.
And I think it's going to be a little more than a month.
Okay.
What's in there?
This is a confusing.
Oh, that's my friend's merch.
Okay.
So that's a comedian's merch. But I understand why that would worry you. To see in the back of the book, like, the CIA killed Kennedy and the Pillsbury Doughboy.
The Pillsbury Doughboy going.
That can also be your bookmark
that's
if you want
truth.
that.
Yeah, no, this is the bookmark.
That can be your bookmark.
No, that's why I was like, what is happening with this?
Yeah, no, that if we didn't know what that was, that would be a bad omen. All right, so that's Oprah's Brooks Club.
Yep, I will read Cormac McCarthy's Blood Meridian or The Evening Redness in the West, 25th anniversary edition. And I'm excited about it.
The Blood Meridian, a much better title out of the 2.
Yeah, I agree. We just go with that one.
Yeah, I don't know why you couldn't land on a title.
Yeah.
Well, Brooks, it's exciting.
Is it?
I don't know.
Me neither.
I do like this idea, though. I am excited to hear what happens when you come back.
I'm excited too.
I think this is good. It's accountability.
This is what friends should do.
They make friends read books for content.
Yeah, but the friend is like, I should be reading more books.
The other friend's like, come on the podcast, and then I'll force you to do it.
I don't feel bullied. I felt bullied before in my life.
No, you're not bullied.
Yeah, this is
low stakes, but I think it'll be good, and I think it'll be interesting to see what the next update is.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Brooks,
Gareth,
Wheelan, where are you going? Now, why don't you just say where people can go find your dates?
Just go to brookswheelan.com.
Okay, because you're on the road.
I'm all over the place. Yeah, I've got a fun Alaska tour coming up in September.
Oh, that's great. Return. Your Alaska special is A, awesome, and B, in a world where we're all putting out our bullshit on YouTube, yours got a lot of heat.
It was good. Yeah.
Which is
if
great.
you want, the best thing you can do if you want to check out my shit is watch my Alive in Alaska special. It's on YouTube.
You know,
it was like New York Times best special of the year.
Do you ever have? I had this with yours where I had like a joke you had in your special was one that I'd tried a little bit and I was like, I can't get it. And then you murdered it, which is when they ask you to taste the wine at the table.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Such a fun. Your version of it is so funny. People really should go watch it.
Yeah,
it's
it's good.
It's
It's like a
special.
solid 15 minutes.
It's great.
Right.
It really is. It's just one of those ones where I was like, oh yeah, you can do it. There you go.
There it is. Yeah, that was my. I was bombing this last week in Alabama, and I was like, no one here's fucking seen that special. I just did the wine bit, and they were like, yeah, and I'm like, God damn it.
Good for you.
Fucking shit.
That'll teach him.
But you know what I mean? Don't you hate when like you're like, yeah, I was funnier.
Well, you know how it is. It's like when you're working your new that bit clearly was crafted over a long period of time.
Yeah, like 3 years.
So when you're actually starting your new shit again, you're like, ew.
You're right. All right. Well, thank you very much, Gareth. You're
Thank
the
you,
man.
Brooks.
I'm excited for whatever this is.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Oprah's Brooks Club. Let's
Blood
do this.
Meridian, Book 1.
Here we go. I honestly cannot wait for the follow-up to see what happens there. I think that segment was Brooks's idea, and yet while we were doing it, it felt like someone else had pitched it to him, and he was like bailing the whole time. But it's good content. Okay, I've talked about my Arnold Schwarzenegger story on this show. We had Luke Simmons come on. He talked about his secondhand one, but we have a firsthand one here, which is, I think, even better. And we still have a white whale Arnold Schwarzenegger story that we're going for. Hopefully, we'll get that soon. But this one is awesome. Dan Levy, Steve Basilone, two buddies, have just really quite a Hollywood story in the Allegedly Arnold series. So next we have another installment of Allegedly Arnold. All right, so this is an Allegedly Arnold. We've heard some amazing Arnold stories.
What else do you have?
Well, we have Luke's about how Luke's is secondhand about how he basically cut off people on a golf course when he was the governor and wanted to hear a blowjob story. And when a guy was about to tell one, he just ignored him and said, "How did it taste?" And he hit the ball. There's mine when I did the kids' birthday parties.
You did one for Arnold?
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Man, all I had was like Ray Romano.
I did Ray too.
John Cryer a couple times.
I didn't do.
Did
John.
that pay well? The Arnold one?
No. But it was like
He didn't tip well?
I honestly don't think I got tipped at all.
Cryer gave me $100 every time.
See, the thing is, if the celebrity,
Every time?
the
How many
celebrity
times
would
did you
be
Only twice, but still.
the celebrity would be like far away from you, so that way their like assistant would be like, "Here's $4."
Well,
and then,
don't infect me through grossness.
yeah, and then you would be like, "Oh, okay, I can't be mad at Shaq." This woman
did
gave
Shaq
me $10. Yeah,
Wow, you had like
Man.
Celebrity Row.
You
I
did
was
way
really
better.
popular in the loser land.
You did it for what? 11 years?
I still do it.
You still do it.
I still do
Well, you
it.
just got to keep it fresh.
Well,
Yeah.
look, I love it.
It's
Come
good.
on, let me see a balloon animal right now.
I love the game. Well, yeah, but you guys have done very well on. I mean, you wrote on the Goldbergs for a long time.
Yes.
Yep.
And then one day you're just
Ran
kind
it
of
to the ground.
walking through the ABC offices, and that's where your Arnold Schwarzenegger story sort of starts, right?
Not exactly.
Okay.
Okay, so the Goldbergs writer's room was at Sony
Yes.
Yeah.
in the Lean building, top floor.
Yep.
I don't know how Hollywood is constructed.
We know. We
That's
can
fine.
tell
We'll
from
give
your
you.
shirt.
We'll give you.
Yeah. Jesus Christ! I didn't show up like a fancy couch, and Dan's like, "How dare you?"
Yeah, this podcast should be an Oscar.
By the way, what's hilarious about this is as I was driving here today, I watched like the promo video for this, and I was like, "I'm wearing
As
the
you're
exact
driving.
same outfit." Yeah,
good stuff.
gotta multitask.
Yeah, sure.
You gotta be safe.
So I was wearing this. Dan,
gotta
the
be
level
safe.
of
Oh, man, drive
Jewish
fast, take
concern that
chances.
just dripped off from Dan is you've got to be safe. Okay, so anyway, keep going.
So there was a Lean building at Sony, okay? And with the Goldbergs was top floor. The bottom floor was called Ghost Corp, which was formerly Montecito, which was Ivan Reitman's company.
Right.
Yes, and when Montecito didn't really make any movies for a while, like we have Ghostbusters, we're Ghost Corp now.
Yeah,
Okay.
so they started doing lots of
Interesting.
Ghostbusters.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So We were walking.
It was cool.
through.
The Ecto-1 was parked right in front of our building.
That's fine.
Oh, it
Yeah.
was great.
See, to people in the Midwest listening, that doesn't make sense, but I get what you're
You
saying.
get it. You go to work and you pass the Ghostbusters car.
Yeah, that's
and also
That's
the
normal.
car from Talladega Nights that was apparently constructed backwards.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember there was one day at the Goldbergs where if you looked out the window, you just saw Keanu Reeves under a tree reading a book slowly.
What?
And that was a great time.
Well, there was also one where they shot the promo for when like Chappelle was doing his comeback.
Uh-huh.
He was just out there just ripping darts, and just the guy was just going around him real slow, and that was like
It'd be
just
great
him.
to make him and Keanu fight.
I don't think it's a
Reading
fast one.
Keanu and smoking Chappelle. Who you got?
Whoever's watching is losing.
Yeah.
That was me, just constantly looking out, walking around trying to meet people.
Okay, so
then there's this executive named Allie who's working at Montecito, and they just are trying to get Triplets, the sequel to Twins, off the ground.
Twins with Danny DeVito, Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Exactly,
an
the
Ivan
movie.
Reitman hit.
Chloe Webb.
Exactly,
Yep.
huge movie of one of the biggest comedies ever.
Nancy from Sid and Nancy.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
And I go to her, I go, oh, and she goes, yeah, we need to find a writer because we're rewriting the script. And I go, oh, well, me and Steve upstairs, we have a story about brothers.
We took out a pitch years before that went nowhere. Everyone's like, great pitch.
I left
Wanna
that
buy
part
it?
out.
No.
I left that part out.
Yeah,
I said,
no, you
I
gave
said,
him the hard
I
stuff.
said it went everywhere, and we still have it. And she goes, oh, you want to do Triplets? I go, yeah.
See, this is how I thought it would work for me in Hollywood and never did. But Dan's just like, I thought about Brothers once, and they're like, do you want to write one of the biggest sequels to a franchise of all time?
And the answer was maybe.
And the answer was
get
like,
back to you.
you're top of the list now because I bumped into you.
Right. So,
It's true the only time in my career that
yeah, because I just went to Steve's office, I go, hey, remember that thing? And he's
Yeah.
like, yeah. I was like, well, I think we got to go meet on Triplets. And he's
Well,
like,
we also
"What?"
went to see Neil Brennan with her when he did the Three Mics show.
Yeah. I mean,
And
she
we were
was
just
like
talking
she's like a
about-
friend.
Sure,
Yeah.
but still, it doesn't mean you're in any right position to be writing. You just
No.
bumped into her.
Yeah,
Exactly,
we did have
yeah.
a thing.
I
That
saw
was,
you at Three Mics, Three Brothers. This is actually Kismet.
Yeah, it does make sense when you say it that way.
Yeah.
It's a perfect storm.
It really is. So, anyways, then we then meet with her. We pitch her the take.
It was really loose.
The
'cause
take
we just,
of what? Triplets?
We had another. We pitched a movie like 3 years
that
before.
wasn't about.
No, that was
twins.
that was
No,
very
it-
similar. It was
what?
about it was
A road
about
trip.
It was about a guy who found out that his mom had 3 other kids.
Okay.
And they're all different like ethnicities and different ages.
Perfect.
So
Yeah.
when she dies, he discovers that he has 2 other brothers.
Yeah, and
Okay.
she has a video will, and at the end of her video will,
It
it cuts
cuts
to her
to-
just getting fucked.
Just getting railed by somebody else.
Okay.
That was fun for the pitch. People
I
like
I don't
that.
know why
part.
it didn't get in
That
theaters.
sounds like when that goes to Arnold, he's like, "That's the movie. The mom's getting fucked on the video will."
Uh,
Okay.
So then we pitch it to her,
uh-huh.
and she's
Like very loosely because we hadn't done anything with it.
yeah,
in
we
years.
just like
Yeah,
printed
you
out.
had no choice.
We had no choice.
Yeah,
So
we
I
also
was
did it
like,
with another guy. He didn't make the cut.
Yeah, I was like,
It was
Steve,
just
we're
us.
doing it. So then we pitch it to her, and she's like, this is pretty good. And we're like, okay. And she's like, maybe do this to that. We're like, all right. So we redo that.
Mhm.
And then we pitch it to Ivan. So we go and pitch it to Ivan.
This is happening over what timeline?
This is pretty quickly, a few
Yeah.
weeks.
Yeah,
Okay.
a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And we pitched it to Ivan.
Yeah.
He
It was
kind
like,
of-
yeah, this sounds good. We're always trying to crack it. And we're
Mhm.
like, great. So then they're like, but you need to get Arnold. So then
I believe they said we need to get everybody on
you
board.
get everyone
now,
on board.
now, who are okay? So the story is going to be about 3 brothers.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's Danny and Arnold,
And
and
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy is the
Yes.
3rd brother.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now you have
And Eddie
to.
Murphy's black.
Okay,
So that-
we'll be right back.
So that was the big twist. That's
Also,
like, they got a black brother.
Also 15 years younger. So
Yeah.
it's all great. It
Well,
makes sense.
but zygotes and embryos are very
Yeah, it
bizarre
was gonna
little
work out.
Those are
things.
good
It
words.
all made sense to us. It was gonna be very funny.
Mhm.
Okay, so now you have to go pitch Eddie Murphy, Danny DeVito, and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes, first
on
we have got to get
Triplets.
Arnold on board because that seems
He's
to be like
first.
the biggest
He's
hurdle.
first.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was just kind of like we did everything went very quickly and then we waited like a month.
Yeah,
or
and then we
something.
got a forward from CAA, which
Yes.
was Arnold writing on like a handwritten note on top of an email that he scanned. and
Wait.
It seems like he
Wait.
doesn't respond to emails. He prints them out and writes
And
on
writes
them,
on it, yeah.
or he does it on his iPad or something. So instead of actually responding, he just uses the
wrote,
tablet. and
Let's
just-
meet the guys.
Yeah.
It was scanned and sent, and we're like, "This is awesome!" We printed it out. We're so excited.
I just found it when I moved. I was like, should I? No, this is ridiculous.
You should frame
I
that.
need to frame it.
Yeah. Well,
That-
Let's meet the guys. We were so
That
excited.
if I frame that, that would be the best thing I have framed.
Yeah,
and
it
I have a
was-
number of things.
you have a
framed.
lot of Jose art.
It's a sad little world.
I know.
Nobody's asking me to pitch movies.
It's fun.
My cat's bigger than me.
Come on, pitch us a movie.
Come on.
Well, all right, a sad guy with a cat meets his friends and hopes that they'll help him get a movie that they're talking about.
You wrote the Alf movie.
Yeah, you sure
No,
did.
I wrote Harold and Kumar 3.
That's true. You did.
I believe you
And
wrote a
nobody
3D spoof movie.
I did. We're not allowed to.
No, we're not calling that name.
We wrote a 3D spoof movie with a name that's aged horribly, and I remember they were like, the one Weinstein brother is about to read it this week, and then that was where it all ended. So at one point...
We went and met with them, because they were looking for
You met with
people.
Harvey Weinstein?
I
No.
blocked it out.
You know Harvey Weinstein?
I jacked off on his plant.
Yes.
I
Wait.
showed him.
The plan jerked you
Remember,
off.
we're kind of just sidebar. How long is this each episode? 10 minutes? We're
Over.
Okay,
We're
over.
getting the light. The
Anyways,
light's blinking in
Your
the back.
jacket looks great, though.
My
Dan.
jacket's great. My favorite thing about when we didn't write either of those movies is when we wrote another movie
Yes.
and I pranked you because
Dan,
you
this is so stupid. It's not.
Which movie?
Dan loves pranks. All right,
Wait,
pitch
real
pitch your-
quick.
Yeah, go to
Real
your
quick,
prank,
and
but
then we'll
it
get
is-
back.
It is so dumb.
'Cause
This is the
This is like a
happiest you've
YouTube
ever
short,
been.
right? It's a YouTube short.
No, it's,
Okay.
I don't know. I think it's a reel, but anyway.
Okay, anyways.
It's a Vine.
It's a Vine. You're on Vine.
Okay, so
Mazel.
tell your dumb.
So we're working on this movie, and 4 of us, and Gareth goes to pee.
I carry a water bottle with me everywhere.
Oh,
Yes.
this one.
Yes.
And I go to
Sure.
pee at Steve's.
Yes. And it's 10 a.m. And I pour out his water and I fill it with just tequila.
Yes.
Mhm.
And then I wait for hours for him to take a
Like
sip.
2 hours without
Yeah.
me sipping.
It was also, I believe it was my tequila. Like, yeah, sure,
Yeah,
sure.
it was Steve's
use
tequila.
that as a prank.
Steve's
I have
couch.
$6.
So
Go ahead.
we're like working on a script, and I'm like into it.
Yeah, well.
But little do I, as much as I can be. But little do I know, Dan's sitting there the whole time, just being like, he will drink that at some point, and that will not be what he's expecting.
I think you were intentionally like just drinking more to try to like.
Yeah, I was like, it's thirsty,
How good
buddy.
is water?
Oh,
How good
so
is water?
good.
And then you took a sip, and it truly, to this day, is the hardest I've ever laughed at anything in my life.
I think my reaction was like, oh, what the fuck? And Dan lost his mind. There's a picture of
You
it. That should be
you
framed.
spit. You spit on the floor. You almost vomited on the floor.
I was dying
You had a
laughing.
mouth and you spit all
I
over.
spit
right now.
everywhere. I
Yeah.
spit everywhere. We need to pull that picture up. It's on Instagram somewhere.
He's losing his mind.
I'm
right
losing
now.
my mind. I've never
All right,
laughed harder.
but get back on
Sorry,
track.
sorry.
That's okay.
We'll
All right,
edit that out.
This is
so-
all relevant.
So
Put that. Could you put that on the dollop?
No, I don't think you know how any of this works.
He's not a fan.
It's shocking how lost you are of
What?
what this
It's
is.
the dollop segment.
No. Okay, so Schwarzenegger writes on an email that he's printed or scanned.
Yeah,
back
faxed
to
it
you.
back to us.
Okay.
And then we're told, like, don't worry about it. It's casual. He just wants to meet you. It's not a big deal. It's not like, do we have to get a pitch trade? It's like, no. We're just going to be like a casual chat.
Because we had a pitch written out at that point.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we, like, hadn't, like, usually when we go in, we're professionals.
You would rehearse.
So
yeah,
it wasn't
we-
really rehearsed. It was more like we had this like beat sheet of ideas we talked to Arnold about.
Right.
But they're like, it's going to be casual. And then
Yeah.
we get there, and there is just 7 gates. There's an American flag, a California flag, Terminator flag. Like it was pretty serious.
There's also like the biggest Humvee you've ever seen that is apparently it runs on, I don't know, corn oil or something. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's very environmental friendly.
And just this massive estate, and did not feel casual. So right away,
where is this?
His
This is
house.
in Brentwood.
in Brentwood.
And it's
okay.
Brentwood, and we're sitting on a couch, and behind us is a illustration of every single American president.
Yeah.
He's got it's the weirdest decor because it's like partially very rich guy, and then
Yeah.
also if like your dad just got a lot of money,
Right.
It's just like feels like
It's
Crate
like
and Barrel.
commemorative coins and
Yeah, a lot of
yeah,
commemorative coins and stamps,
Right.
and then there's
But
also,
also
Conan's
oil
sword.
painting. Yeah, oil paintings of Conan and the Terminator.
And like
Yeah.
truly like the T1 like without the skin. Like it's just got everything.
Right. So we're waiting.
Well, the skins where the calories are. That's probably why. I took
That's
it out.
true. Well,
And
it's
we're
all
wait-
protein.
Yeah.
Remember, we're waiting, and then they come over. It's also 10 a.m.
Yep.
And they offer us tequila,
Mhm.
and we're like,
Dan.
we can't. Have
Dan, Dan, hang in there. You're so close to the story.
Also,
You're
your collar's
nearing
up
the
there, my
story.
guy. There we go.
My collar's up.
Just
You didn't
hang-
tell me?
Yeah, no. Okay, I can't imagine you pitching a story. You're just like, and then they. Okay, so
So they come over.
We walk
and,
through the labyrinthian kind of house.
Yeah, then we angle
Okay.
towards the kitchen, and then
Uh-huh.
Arnold comes walking through in like Lululemon, like shorts,
Whoa.
and like a kind of like a tight like gym shirt, and he's like, "It's so nice to meet you," and it was so surreal.
taller than you'd expect.
Shorter.
Yeah, he's
Shorter.
shorter. I thought
I think he was
he's
I-
6'1".
Yeah, but he was.
Oh,
I
that's
was.
that's
I
taller
was
than
expect. I don't know. He's a little older now, but it was just
Yeah.
like it was the most famous
shrinking.
person I've ever met in my life.
I'm tinier.
Hello.
I'm the Tininator. Look how little I got.
Also, a part of it was us. It was the two executives. It was Ivan. It was this guy who ran Universal forever.
Yeah.
Who has since passed. Who was like great. He was such a nice guy, but he was truly like the grandfather that Charlie didn't take to the chocolate factory.
Right.
He had one suit that didn't really fit him, and he just would
And
fall
Allie
asleep.
was like, "We'll just get him
mid-pitches.
cookies. We just get him cookies, and he's happy."
Get Arnold cookies?
No,
the
this
guy.
Top.
Okay.
He'd eat cookies, and every time he'd take a bite, he'd go, "Yum!" Even if you're in the middle of the pitch. It was fascinating.
It was a great team.
But he was there. But also, Arnold also brought his trainer because he just, this guy should be a part of it. And,
I was wearing short sleeve shirts, just so you know.
It doesn't matter.
I was
It
not,
does,
and
it
this
does.
this factors in later.
It does.
Oh, it does.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I thought that was like a tequila tangent.
No.
Okay. So you're in his office?
No,
in his kitchen.
we go to
In his kitchen.
and there's a private chef making us lunch. So they said we're going to have chicken, we're going to have
Chicken salad? Yeah.
chicken salad, and we're also going to have a blueberry pie.
Yeah, he's like, we get to have salad, so we save on calories, and we get to have dessert. That was his whole thing. That's his thinking.
It's awesome.
Anyway, so we sit down, and it starts off like we're just kind of, shooting the shit and casual. And at some point,
But the weird thing was normally when you pitch,
yeah, the
right?
weird thing.
The one weird thing
The one
is
weird thing.
when you're pitching, you always want to be across from the person who you're selling,
Yes.
right? So you always sort of plan that out when you go to sit in a meeting or like a conference room or whatever, an office.
Yes.
But this was a circular table.
Yes.
And everyone was intimidated. Ivan Reitman was sort of like doing this thing, but everyone else like was just trying to like just live through Arnold's house.
Right.
And the way we got sat down was Arnold was next to me,
Ugh.
and then Steve was next to me, and then Ivan, and then it was a huge circle. So we were like kind of angling a weird pitch, and also I
Yeah.
kept feeling his knee against my leg the whole time.
Also, it should be noted that so he's sitting at the table and he's got a dog, like a black lab or some sort of dog right beside him and just petting the whole time.
Yeah,
as
and I
he's eating.
feel that because he's petting the lab, and
Oh,
he's like
you
kind of
feel the hand on
like
you
kind
a
of
little.
petting my knee.
That's how it starts.
Yeah, that's how it starts. But so he's sitting there and he's looking at us as we were about to get into it, petting this dog. And right behind him is a life-size painting of him sitting with that dog.
Yeah.
It was like an MC Escher. It's like you're looking at him and right beside the same fucking mirror image.
And Dan's in the painting. How is Dan in there?
And just his
I
erection.
had this done before you came by.
It was so weird. And we're pitching and we're sweating. We're trying to eat and pitch.
Well, like it's just like at one point, it's supposed to be casual. And then he turns to us and is like, what do you got? Yeah. I'm not going to do an Arnold impression. It's just not very good.
What do you got?
There it
What
is.
do you got? It was like that. It
Yeah,
was
mine's vaguely
You do
better
it
than
and
that.
you don't. That's
Yeah.
how I think that we should proceed.
But he just says, "What do you got?" And we realize like, "Oh, this is a pitch.
wants
This
a
is not
pitch,
casual."
yeah.
So
Yeah.
we like dive into it.
We've had that before
Yeah.
where like someone's like, don't worry about it. And then you get there and then someone's like, it's pretty disorganized. You're like, yeah, well, I was lied to.
Yeah, that was not prepared.
Completely lied to about
And
this event.
And then everyone's like, yeah, they have some good stuff. And then we're like, okay.
I guess
And
we have
just
to
kinda,
talk for
start
20 minutes
going
now.
into it. And I remember we get to this one part of the emotional core of the movie with the brothers, and Steve takes this part and he starts like really kind of like, like leaning in and start talking about how the brothers and the love for their mother really is the reason. And at that moment, Arnold's miniature horse named Whiskey
I've heard of
comes
this.
barreling through the kitchen and enters the kitchen and starts eating his salad.
Eating Arnold salad.
Yeah.
So his horse named Whiskey starts eating his salad.
Yeah.
While we're
And you're at
pitching the
Arnold
movie.
Schwarzenegger's house.
Yeah, well, like
Okay.
I'm in like the apex, the emotional core of the
Yeah.
movie, and like whiskey.
Yeah, he's
It's
like,
not that
Whiskey.
good.
Jesus Christ, you're at the emotional apex.
He's like, Whiskey, what are you doing? This is crazy. This is crazy, right? And we're like, what? We didn't know he had a miniature horse.
Yeah.
No one told us there was a horse
No
on
idea.
the property.
There's also in the background while I'm pitching. I'm also the precursor to this is while I'm pitching. I see like a llama just walk by. Didn't know that was a thing either.
Yeah.
That's two guys in a suit.
And then he's like, this is crazy. Like, how does the movie end?
But
we're
Whiskey-
like, I don't feel like this.
But Whiskey, the first thing, like he doesn't react to Whiskey at first. Like I'm just talking, and Whiskey just walks in. Nobody
Yeah,
really
full
says
horse.
anything.
Walking into the kitchen
Doesn't
while we are
say anything.
sweating trying to sell a movie to Arnold Schwarzenegger.
And it's only when Whiskey starts eating off his plate does anybody say anything. So I'm like talking, and I'm just like, horse, horse, and then only when he starts eating his chicken and berry salad does he like Whiskey and gets him out of there and stands up and ushers him out.
God.
So, because also it's like, you go into these things and you start thinking about all the things that could happen if it all goes right. You're like, we're on the red carpet, we're
Sure.
best friends with Arnold, and all of a sudden we're trying to just finish the pitch, and there's a horse eating his salad. And he's like, "Had you believe it?" And like, no one else, everyone else was like, "Yeah, it's normal."
No.
Can you believe it is also? It's like, bro, you're in charge of it. What do you mean?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? You're in charge.
What are you doing? And then
What are the odds?
And then we like finished the pitch, and like it like he was like, I really like it, and then we're leaving.
Well, there's a part before that. It's not as good, but there's a part where it was just like a dick joke. It was I don't remember what it was, but there's a dick joke. But like we were all like we're a little bit after. This is after whiskey, and we kind of just got a little bit gun shy. So Dan didn't like tell the whole joke. He just kind of showcased and just like made a gesture towards his dick, and Arnold just looks at him just like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
And we're like,
it felt a little he felt a little conservative in person.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I was like, not ready to be like, and then his dick's
the Republican
out.
government.
So I was like, and he's like, I do not get it. This is a crazy day.
And then what did you say? Do you point out to him what it is?
Yeah, I go, we were making like a dick joke. And he's like, you're funny, you know. Like, yeah, he's like it. I like it. That was the other part. He's like, I heard a lot about you guys. You know, I heard so much about you.
This is going back in time.
That's true.
This is going back in time, but before we start the pitch, we're talking about Eddie Murphy, and we made reference to a bunch of things because he said at one point he thought, you know, it should be fun and the brothers should be like a king of like an African country, and we're like, well, that's kind of been done with Eddie. And he's like,
What movie?
Yeah,
Maybe he comes to America in this one.
Truly, he may have said that.
He comes to America.
No idea.
Culture shock.
He had no idea about any Eddie movies except he said Mr. Tibbs. What was the Mr. Church? The movie he did that no one saw. That just
it's like,
Mr. Church.
He's
so
good in that.
He's so good in
Just kept on referencing Mr. Church.
You ever
Not
seen
Beverly Hills
Mr.
Cop.
Church? That's his best movie.
It was his best movie.
And then we're walking out, and he grabs my arm, and he goes, I'm proud of you.
Because you work out?
Because I work out.
And because he's wearing short sleeves.
And she was so mad.
Because you work out.
Yeah. But I was wearing a short sleeve shirt. He wasn't.
I wasn't on vacation, Dan. I came to work.
I was looking great, and I was like,
hey, he was basically
I'm proud of you.
He's wearing your shirt is what he was
You're
wearing.
bad news.
He
does drugs.
I'm not proud. And then we're walking in the car, and we're like, what the fuck? And he's like, I'm so excited to do it. And we're like, what does that mean? So then we walk out, and then Ivan Reitman looks at us, and he goes, interesting guy. And just walks away. I go, that's your takeaway?
And then you went and pitched.
Yeah, then we thought that was it, but they're like, no, to actually write it, to get paid to do it, you need to also get Eddie Murphy. And then we pitched Eddie Murphy's house.
We pitched to Danny first, didn't we?
Yeah, Danny DeVito first.
We went to Danny DeVito on New Year's Eve?
Yeah.
Like New Year's Eve.
This was actually, the pitch with Danny DeVito was even better because we first sat down with him. He had a really long goatee at the time. He was like just off Broadway or something. And before we start, we're in this hotel in Santa Monica. It's like really fancy. He looks at us and he goes, I have like one question. And we're like, yeah. And he goes, why do you want to do this? And we go, I don't know, money. And he goes, yeah, me too. That sounds good.
But then we do the whole pitch for him.
Yeah.
And the guy said the Grandpa George who like takes yum and cookies.
Yeah.
Fell asleep in the middle of it. Just covered in cookie crumbs.
Cookies.
Yeah, well, he ate too many. Sugar crash. But so we finished for Danny, and then Danny just says, he pauses for a second. He says, can you say that one part again? And I was like, yeah, sure. Which one?
This is a 22-minute pitch.
Yeah, we're like, at this point, we'd polish because we want to make. So did the whole pitch. Can you say that one part again? I was like, yeah, which part? And he's like, all of it? And we're like, you want the whole pitch again?
And then Steve just went, and so in 1988, we started the whole fucking thing again. And he goes, it could be good, you know? And then he walked away a little bit, very, very small man. And then he wobbled away. And then they're like, all right, so now just go to Eddie Murphy's house. Yeah. And then we had to go to Eddie Murphy's house, which was
another
totally
17
insane.
gates.
And then when you were there, like, it was kind of weird, but then...
Arnold was there for that one. He came
was?
For that one.
He showed up late.
Eddie, what are you doing here? This is crazy.
No, really, what happened is, this was the time of life it was. Arnold was hosting The Apprentice.
Yep.
Trump was president.
Had already been.
And it was the day that Trump was tweeting how bad The Apprentice was.
Did you see that loser?
Yeah. So we're in Eddie Murphy's office waiting for Arnold Schwarzenegger. And then Arnold comes in screaming like, can you believe this guy? He is on my dick. This guy will not stop sucking my dick.
He's obsessed with me.
He's obsessed with me. And we're like, who is he talking about? He's like, Trump, can you believe it with The Apprentice? And Eddie Murphy's like, and we're like, what is our life? Like, we're trying to fucking pitch triplets.
This is as crazy as it can possibly be.
Yeah.
You are dealing with three enormous stars.
Yep.
You're pitching a classic piece of IP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And every time you walk into a scenario, something's horribly off.
Yeah, and in this one, so we were like, this time we were across from him, but above us was a TV that was on, like had the X Games or something on, and it was the opposite of like Danny, like any emotional stuff he got in. Eddie, like as soon as it was not jokes, he just like looked up at the TV. Like, was
Horrible.
not paying attention to us at
Horrible.
all. And as soon as we got back to jokes, was definitely in.
But
And
then
then-
didn't he recognize? Yeah.
Well, two things. One is I brought up the comic strip, the comedy club in New York, because I knew from like Mark Maron's podcast where he had Chris Rock on, and he said, "What do you ever talk to Eddie Murphy about?" And he said, "Just comedians from 1987. That's all he ever wants to talk about is comedians." So we brought up Ali, the same executive, Ali Bell was like, "Dan's a comedian." He's like, "Oh, comedian?" And then we started talking about the comic strip, and it was like very cool. And then it became like kind of like chill, and he was like, "You know what I like to do?" And we're like, "What?" He's like, "I like to, in the middle of the night, I like to go on movie trivia websites." And
He goes
and
like
compete.
he goes to like Reddit threads and he competes for trivia. And he's got like some name. It was like Movie Guy 418 or something. And he's like,
gonna win.
and
We're
then everybody's
"I'm
like,
sure you
Movie
do."
Guy 418 is God. He's like, I never lose.
Amazing.
I know every movie trivia.
And then a year later, I saw him. I went to see Chris Rock at the, in Hollywood, and 2 rows ahead of me was Eddie Murphy watching the show in sunglasses, and we exited the same way. And I walked over to him. He had like 9 security guards. I was like, "Eddie," and those people were pushing me away. I go, "Eddie," I push me away. I go, "Eddie, it's Dan. I'm writing triplets," and he's like, I just walked away from me.
Did you write it?
We wrote it.
Yeah, we wrote it.
Yeah,
and
we
then
wrote
it never.
Then it
No,
never-
well, there's a couple things with the Eddie where we're leaving, and he's got like all of his like his Peabody
Yeah.
awards, and he's got all these
His
pictures
office
and
was
stuff.
Awesome.
It was so cool.
He had the throne. Coming America Thrones when he sat. on it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What is this from? This could be used in the movie.
It's from Mr. Church.
That's perfect.
But we were leaving, and he's got all these pictures. He's got like Vampire in Brooklyn pictures for some reason, and he's got Coming to America, and he also has Harlem Nights.
Yeah.
And there's a picture of him and like Red Fox and Richard Pryor. And Dan's like, "Where's the one with Bill Cosby?" And he goes, "I gotta put it on the top shelf now." He was like so mad. It's like all the way up there, so no one sees it.
This is
Holy
so good.
fuck.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. Then we wrote it. We got notes. Then we had a big meeting, and it seemed like they were gonna make it.
The
And
company
then-
who paid us, they wanted to make it, and we went to this huge meeting with them, and they had like 2 notes, and they're like minor notes. And then as soon as they gave the notes, we're like, "Oh, this is happening."
Yeah.
And then Ivan was like, "I think it's a page 1. It's a tear down. We got to, go down to the studs, rip it up," and tears into it for 20 minutes. And after he finishes, we're just kind of like, and I was like, "Oh, Ivan, we had a misunderstanding. We didn't realize you wanted this to be good."
Yeah.
And he was furious.
Oh.
He was furious that I made that joke.
Yeah, Steve tried to make a joke, and then he was like, "That's not funny."
Yeah.
And then that was it. And then they ended up never making it.
Well, then they basically rewrote the version that they wanted, and Eddie fell out, and Tracy Morgan came in, and then Ivan died, and the whole thing fell apart.
Yeah, unfortunately. So it ends sad. But
Well,
it's very funny.
The whole thing's sad. No, that's amazing.
But we went to 2 or 3 Arnold Christmas parties after
yeah.
that.
Ah,
and the best thing
Christmas tree. Can you believe it?
You know what's so cool about Arnold, like a great Arnold story, is that, people don't realize this, but anytime you sell a movie or sell a TV show, it takes like months to like negotiate a deal to then write it, to then get paid, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
it takes forever always. So the deal was taking so long because they always do that. At one point, Arnold was like, "Let me just pay them to write the script." And they wouldn't let him do it because of copyright,
His,
whatever.
his
but
exact line was like, "I don't want this to be slowed down. I still have some money in the cushions between my couch from the last one."
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
because he had like
Oh, yeah.
major
they all
yeah,
won.
back then.
They each
on
made like
that.
50 million on it or something.
Yeah.
Well,
But at a Christmas party, a lot of exotic animals.
will you tell that on another one?
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
great. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us
problem.
on
Was
another.
that
was
that
Allegedly
long
Arnold.
enough?
Just
Yeah.
to
This
be
show's
real-
short.
Yeah.
Well,
okay,
here's my
good.
question.
Quick and
This
punchy.
is the dollop.
We got to go. Thanks, Dan.
Where's Jake?
Thanks, Steve.
I thought I was gonna meet Jake Johnson from
Yeah, when do
New
we-
Girl.
Jake's not on the
help?
dollop.
I thought
We got to go.
No, Jake's on the
The show's
dollop.
over.
Bye.
Okay, and now rounding it out, we've got some Pam stuff. My mother's name's Pam Reynolds. She lives in a small town in England. She is desperately trying to give her address out during this segment, and I try to limit her from doing that, even though she seems to really... The amount of times when I have my mother join me on things and I'll tell her stuff I don't want out there, and she will just blow it. That's why I would never do anything live with her, because she'll just say anything. She'll just be like, "Let me get my social security number out there quickly." But she really is great, and she's so goddamn funny. But I thought I'd unburden myself with a confession to my mother in another installment of Confessions. So next we have a confession.
Hello?
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 Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to Next We Have.
Thank you. How are you?
Good. Well, first of all, this is the new podcast.
Yes.
Have you listened to it?
Yes. I listened to the one with Bobby Lee that I thought was great.
It was great. And
Yeah.
what did you like about that segment?
I just thought that you two together were a very, very good comedy act, a comedy team. And I thought you played well against one another. And I also liked the fact that you opened envelopes and had to say whether it was a truth or a lie. Because there's a wonderful program here called Would I Lie to You? It's like that.
Now, when I talked to you about this a little bit ago, you had mentioned that you also responded to the lack of vulgarity, and then you kind of
Yes.
referenced some stuff you've seen me do lately that you don't care for.
Yes.
What's
yes.
been going on that what sort of stuff have you heard that you don't really like?
Well, I think a lot of the very explicit sex talk with the audience, and
Where is that happening? Sex talk with the audience,
and a lot of talk about drugs, and I don't like that very much. But
you referenced something very specific to me.
I did pussies.
What about pussies?
Yes, and I don't like that very much.
You don't like what? Talking about pussy?
I just find it rather. I find it a bit hard to listen to.
What did I say about pussy though? Oh, is someone else? Am I involved in the pussy, or it's someone else's pussy? Just so we can be very clear about where the misstep is.
I don't know. I think when you talk to the audience, you make reference to
Pussy.
to like that. But
To like what?
but you've got to remember a lot of it is my age and my generation. So I liked the Bobby Lee one because it was sort of good, clean fun.
How was sex referenced when you were growing up? Was it ever talked about? When did it start getting called? Was it called pussy when you were 17?
No.
What did they call it?
I don't know, really. I don't think we really talked about it.
Nobody talked about it.
No, I don't think so. I don't think I would have really.
Wasn't like
really
Gine or.
No, maybe CUNT or something.
Oh wow! And you're well, okay, that's shocking. The other drugs. When am I talking about drugs? Where are you hearing that? What's going on there?
Yeah, I don't know. I just hear you say things like are you doing a line or that sort of thing.
Oh.
And like I say, it's just me. It's
so
just
you
me.
don't like coke and pussy.
It would be my preference to not listen to things like that. Yes.
How about I'll stop doing it if you say right now stop talking about coke and pussy so much.
Stop talking about coke and pussy so much.
Okay, great. All right, great.
Okay.
Okay, so
well, will you carry on? But I've got something that I want to share with you.
Go ahead. As long as it's not some of your vulgar pussy shit.
No, it isn't. No, I just had a new filing cabinet today.
Well, yeah, where'd you get that?
Yeah, you ordered it for me. Thank you.
Oh.
Yeah. And somebody came and put it together because I couldn't do it because it was all.
You have a handyman.
He came. Anyway, but this is what's so funny. And I was going through, and this cropped up. I don't know which part of. I would think it came out of my personal file, but it's called. It must have been when you came to visit. And in England, we have this program called 4 in a Bed, and it's 4 couples that.
It's basically 4 couples or groups of people go to stay in other couples' Airbnbs or bed and breakfasts.
Right.
And all 4 are in the business. They all 4 stay at each other's, and then they rate each other at the end on a review sheet, is what you're referencing.
Anyway,
it's a
this
great
is it.
show.
Anyway, it was really funny because this came out of one of the files, and it's called 1 in a Bed, and it says.
Well, let's not say your address first of all, so we'll bleep that out.
I don't live there anymore. So, anyway, so it
nice.
says,
By the way, great cover, Mum. We got him. Way to go, Mum. Nice work. We'll say your address and just say you don't live there anymore. Jesus Christ.
So I'll have to lie
fuck.
on each section of this. Anyway.
So I made a form called 1 in a Bed for my review of Staying With You for a couple weeks a few years ago.
And it says, how are your hosts at not to mention?
Jesus Christ. Mom, do you want to just say your whole address, Mom? Would that be better for you? Jesus Christ. Drop a pin.
So you give me, so I get a 10, and then you say, lovely host, was always chipper, nice, kept it real, couldn't fully bend over, but she tried.
Which you're better at now because it's your hip.
Yeah,
surgery.
anyway, the next one was, how clean was this, this place? And I got a 10 again. Immaculate, was always cleaning, lovely laundry services too. Found one bun, but whatever.
I think bug.
Oh, yes, that's it. Yeah, one bug. Right, well done. Okay, and then the next one, how are the facilities? I got a 10 again.
I got to tell you, when I'm on Pam's podcast, it's not as good. Go ahead.
Fantastic. Great house. Lovely garden. Didn't want to leave. Actually, couldn't leave for 6 days. I thought that was funny as well. Anyway, and there's only 2 more, so I won't bore you any longer. How did you sleep? A 10. Bed was lovely. Lots of pillow options. Great comforter. Then, how was breakfast? A 10. Poached eggs, once the water was off, were perfect. Great English breakfast. Best sausages ever. Because they always rate the sausages, don't they? And then it says, would you stay here again? And you ringed it like this.
Oh, I did multiple circles around the 10 for staying at your address that you revealed 30 times.
And on that program, it's, oh, yes, they really want to stay. Anyway, I just thought that was very
well,
fun.
That's nice. And I'm glad you've got your file cabinet together.
Yeah.
But now you're back to my podcast.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, back to
So
the,
there's a segment on my show. How many episodes of the show have you listened to?
I've only done the one so far.
And do you think that's strange?
No, not
No,
really.
you don't think?
Because I haven't had, I'll do one tonight. No, because I haven't really had time. I've been quite busy.
You'll do one tonight. What time is it there?
Well, I don't know. It's 8:15. Oh, no, because I like my comedies tonight.
Yeah.
But, yeah, anyway. Yes, carry on. Sorry.
No, it's just seems like you're lying about not listening to the show. Anyway, okay. We do a segment on here called Confessions, where soon enough we're going to have other people weigh in with some confessions, some secrets they have that they want to reveal to someone.
Okay.
And I did one recently, but there is a new one to do, and I thought you'd be good to have on this. So you remember when I was in high school, how I just kind of lost control and just started partying a lot in the basement, and all my friends would come over and we'd party. Remember that?
Yes, very well.
Lots of coke and pussy, and we'd be down there, and we would smoke pot down there, and we'd blow it through a blow tube that had dryer sheets in like a cardboard tube. Do you remember that?
Well, I've only heard you say that lately. Yes.
Remember the time when you just found a bra down there?
I found a great big bra.
But we'd be down there smoking cigarettes.
Yes.
You remember that? And there were a lot of party. We'd do shots. Remember the time I taped a bag of wine to the ceiling?
Vaguely, I remember that. Yes.
Yeah. We did a whole thing. One time we lit a pile of oranges on fire. So there was a whole thing we were doing down there. And
there's underworld.
Yes, and we called it the Den of Sin. Remember, I'd go to Blockbuster and I'd get big cardboard cutouts that they were going to throw away. Yeah. So I had one for Spice World or Liar Liar. I had the one for Fear with Marky Mark. You remember what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do remember.
Okay, so then do you remember one time? There was one. So my friends, I would try to keep a handle on. Remember the time when I woke you up in the middle of the night and asked you for a condom?
Yes, I do very well.
So sometimes I would try to keep my friends in line, and sometimes they'd go out of line a little bit. And I would try to, I'd try to keep the noise down a little, even though we would be playing records pretty loud or whatever. But I would try to keep it in line, just to have some baseline of respect. And I don't know if you remember this, but one time you came down the next morning and someone had thrown up in the sink. Do you remember that?
I do remember that, I think, yes.
You came down and someone had thrown up in the kitchen sink.
Yes.
And I didn't know who it was, but we were both mad, and I was very mad because I knew obviously someone had kind of crossed the line.
Yes.
And so I told you I'd kind of get to the bottom of who did it.
Yes.
So I did try to figure it out for a minute, and then I did find out who did it. Now, if you think back on all my friends back then, do you have any guesses on who it could have been?
I would have either said Ryan or Bill Byer.
You think Ryan or Bill maybe were the ones who threw
Yeah.
up in the sink?
Yes.
Good
Yeah.
guesses.
Are those good guesses?
Great guesses. Great. You really couldn't pick wrong, honestly. It was a vomiter's row of options. But so what happened was, it was that night after getting angry about it that I had a realization that I had not really remembered going to bed well. But as we got angry about someone throwing up in the sink, I remembered something that I had not remembered that morning when I was angry, which is that I was the one who threw up in the sink. The barf was coming from inside the house.
No.
Yes. So I threw up in the sink, and it was me. And I never told you because you didn't seem to really you didn't seem to be too bothered with the follow-up, but it was me. I barfed in our kitchen sink. It wasn't any of my friends. It was me.
You little bugger.
Yeah.
So, was that in the black sink?
That was in the black sink.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. Yeah. So I threw up in it. And
Oh, my word.
what do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I was all wrong, wasn't I?
Yeah.
And it was
Do you want to apologize to Bill and Ryan right now and then tell us your address again?
No, not really. They would understand.
They would understand.
No.
But I have thought of a way to make it up to you.
Okay.
Okay. So this is a standing offer that the next time you come to my house, you can yak in my sink.
Oh, no.
No. I would like you to.
I couldn't do it.
I think it's the only way to kind of undo this wrong that I did.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do
I'm
it.
asking. I'm not asking.
I couldn't do it on demand.
Well, I think that we can get you all kind of liquored up, and then we could give you like some, I don't know, like peppermint schnapps or something. You do 2-3 of those, then maybe some wine. We can eat some pickled onions, and I think that'll come up. So I really would appreciate it.
I just couldn't do it.
Mom, I'm asking you for the show to do it.
All right, then for the show, I'll do it.
Is that a promise?
No, I'm not promising, but I'll attempt.
You promise to try?
I don't know. I just don't like the sound of it.
I just think it's a really karmic way to unburden me from this wrong.
I'd like to think there were other karmic ways that you could.
I think it's got to be a 1-for-1. I just really do.
And it's all in the past now.
I know, but it's wrong. What I did was wrong. So you don't have this to hold over my fucking head anymore.
It wasn't the action wasn't wrong. The lying was wrong.
It's all wrong. So you're saying throwing up in a sink is okay as long as you tell them?
No,
Okay.
I think it's horrible. I think it's horrible.
Yeah. Okay, so you're on record and you want to do that. Now, real quick, Mom, please, I'm in the middle of something. Before we leave, is there anything you want to confess to me? Do you have a confession or anything? Is there ever anything you could think of that you did that I don't know about that you'd like me to know about?
Oh gosh, probably, but I can't think on the spot. I'm not.
Well, will you do us a favor and will you think on that and then come back on and if you'll confess it to me? Because to me it's either that or you throw up in my sink. One of the two has to happen, otherwise it just can't work between us anymore.
I'm trying to think what.
Just have a think off air, and let me know when you have something, and we'll just set one of these up and we'll do it.
Well, I think the worst thing I ever did was hid smoking from you, and I'd go and stand outside and smoke.
Yeah, but that doesn't count because I was also hiding it from you, and you found my cigarettes.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Gosh, so think of something different.
Yes, I'll have to. I'll
have a think.
I'll rack my brain.
Here's the options. It's either think or sink. Okay.
Well, I'll give it a shot.
Just give it a think. You're going to be here soon, and we could do the pickled onion schnapps option.
But I don't.
The schnaption.
I don't have to do it tonight.
No, well, you got to be at my sink.
No, I don't mean that. If I can come up with something I
Yeah,
did.
not tonight. Just have a think on it. I know you're going to listen to the podcast tonight, like you said, so that'll probably give you good thoughts. And I just wanted to let you know, in an episode that hasn't aired yet, but probably will air, Bobby Lee and I touch each other's penises. All right, Mom. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate it.
All right.
Love you. All right.
Thank you.
Take care. All right.
Yes.
Yeah, we poke each other's penises a bunch, and we look at Peter, your ex-husband, in the eyes while we do it. Love you, Mom. All right.
that's
Thanks a
big.
lot for listening so much. Your
All
support
right,
is
love.
great. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Love you, Mom.
Okay.
All right. Thanks
Bye-bye.
again.
So many segments. Thank the Lord above. Thank the Lord above. But let's start all again.
That was a Headgum podcast.